All right. Hey, student A, come on over and join me at small group table. All right, awesome. We're going to do a little one-on-one. I've been going over your testing data and observable data, and it seems like you just need a little bit more work on analyzing the author's purpose and perspective in a grade level informational text. Yeah. We're going to do this together, and then I'm going to have you do it independently, and we're going to see how it goes, okay? So here is your chart for author's purpose. All right, here you go. Before we start, just to quickly review, what is author's purpose? Okay, here's your chart. Go ahead, take a second and review it. Okay, so yep, author's purpose is the reason behind why a writer or author created a particular piece of writing. Yes, the author's purpose includes the goals, intention, or objective that the author is trying to communicate to their audience from their piece of writing. An author's purpose could be to inform, to entertain, to persuade, to explain, and to narrate, like when they're telling a story. So a story would have a beginning, a middle, and end, a climax, all of those things, main idea. So as we're going through the reading passage, the first reading passage, I'll read the first one for you. We're going to answer the question, what is the author's purpose, by looking for and annotating on our paper signal words that alert us like, hey, why is the author writing this? What is he or she trying to tell me? Okay. As we're reading, ask yourself this question. Are they doing this piece of writing to describe something to me? Are they writing to inform me about something? Are they narrating or telling me a story? Or are they trying to persuade me about their opinion on the given topic in the text? So those are the 4 questions we're going to ask ourselves as we're going through the text that we work through together today. Okay? So as I'm reading, I want you to circle on the paper or underline anything in the text that leads you to answering our 4 questions, and I will read and I'll circle also as we go. Okay? All right. Let me get our text here. Okay, perfect. So television show sounds and pictures. They get data from cables, discs, or over-the-air signals. They turn this data into sounds and images. People watch news and shows on them. You probably call them TVs. Okay, so as I was reading that first little excerpt in the nonfiction reading text TV, it's really giving us details about what a television does. So I'm going to circle show, sounds, and pictures, and I'm going to circle people watch. Okay, so you go ahead and you can do the same. Okay, awesome job. So I'm going to go ahead and stop and ask myself our 4 questions and kind of process what we just did and use process of elimination. Was this passage to narrate or tell a story? Nope, I agree. No, I'm going to say no. I totally agree with you. Was this passage to persuade? What do you think? No, right? I agree. Thank you, student A. I totally agree. I agree, no. The author didn't say anything like, I think, or I believe. None of these keywords have been used, okay? Was this passage to describe? It is giving me information that describes a television set, you know, how it works, what it does. I'm going to put a maybe next to describe on my paper. Do the same for me, okay? Was this passage TV to inform? What do you think? It does talk a lot about informing me on how a TV works. It is informing me on what it does. It's informing me on how it was used, how it's developed, how people use it, and all that. It's a lot of information. So what do you think? Yeah, I totally agree, student A. I do agree that the author's purpose and perspective in this text is to give me information, so is to inform me about TVs, okay? So on my sheet now, I'm going to write that this was an informational text, and its purpose was to inform, okay? So just to recap, we read the text and we asked ourselves the 4 questions. Was this text to persuade? Was this text to narrate or tell a story? Was this text to describe something, or was this text to inform? Okay, there were some describing elements, so we did put our maybe, but ultimately this text was focused on informing, not describing. Okay, awesome, good job. All right, so for our next step, we're going to have you read the passage, Machines Like Us. Okay, here's your paper, Machines Like Us. So go ahead and get started reading, and I'll give you time to pause, and we'll annotate our text together, and we'll kind of work through this as like a we do to ultimately find our author's purpose, okay? So go ahead and start from the beginning, Machines Like Us. Okay, stop right there. So at the end of that sentence, are there any key words that you may need to circle to help us find the author's purpose, to answer one of our 4 questions? Part of everyday life. Okay, let's circle that. I like it. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and continue to read. Okay, pause. Okay, awesome. So please annotate anything that may help you in that second little part of the passage to help you figure out author's purpose, okay? Okay, keep going. You're doing an awesome job. All right, go ahead, pause. All right, I loved that you actually paused that time without me prompting, and you're like making the notes and annotating the text on your own. That is awesome. Go ahead and continue when you're ready. Okay, awesome. Now that you're done, what do we need to do next? Correct. Yep. Answer the 4 questions to help us gain understanding of our author's purpose. Okay. So was this text to persuade? Correct. It was not. Absolutely not. There were no persuasive words in the text. There was no opinion. Was this text to narrate? Right. Yep. Absolutely. It was not a story being told. There was no narration happening there. Awesome job. Okay, so was it to describe? I see you putting a maybe by describe. Okay, so I can see that there are elements of descriptions, what they're describing, the robots and machines. Yep. Okay, what about inform? Oh, a big yes. Yep, you put a big yes next to inform. So what are the key words that led you to this conclusion when you were reading Machines Like Us? Yep, yep. Detailing the importance of the machines, the abilities of the machines, the characteristics of the machines, and the principles in robotics. Good language that you circled. I love it. Awesome job. The focus was definitely the information behind machines, robots, and like their application in our world. So I totally agree that that was an informational text also. Awesome job. All right, for our finisher and wrap up, I want you to independently read the text, Cuddly Cats, and notate and ask yourself as you read, is this text to narrate? Is it to inform? Is it to persuade? Is it to describe? Okay, when you're done, we're going to use 4 corners as your response mechanism. Okay, so if you see corner A says is going to be for narrate. If you believe that it was a narrative text, you're going to go to corner A. Corner B says to persuade. So if you believe that it is a persuasive text, you're going to go over to corner B. Corner C is going to say that it is a describing text, and you can head over to corner C. And then corner D is an informational text. So you are going to sit and read the passage, annotate independently, look for keywords, underline, highlight them, and then you're going to go to your corner when you are ready, and I will be asking for evidence, okay? So this is a you do. You are independently doing this, improving your choice, okay? You'll be backing up with the evidence from the text. I'm going to give you about 3 to 4 minutes, so go ahead to your corner if and when you are done. Okay, so all right, so head on over. Okay, so you pick to narrate. Come back over and let's just quickly discuss that. Show the evidence that lets you know that this is a narrative text from the author's perspective. If it's a story, we'll see characters. You'll have a climax, a beginning, a middle, an end. Do you see that in the text? Okay, yep, you're right. Your evidence does not prove that. So go ahead and rethink. I love it. So what does your evidence show? If it's not narrative, you've got 3 corners left. So go ahead and you believe that it is a persuasive text. Come on back over. Okay, so what is your evidence? What is the author trying to persuade you to believe? Okay, yep, the author, just like me, is trying to persuade you that the cats are the best pets, and that everyone should adopt a cat. I totally agree. I love that. Awesome job. Great correction there. And mistakes are always an opportunity to learn, so you're perfect. Okay, so we have time for one more quick little text. I want you to read carefully. Think about our key 4 questions and gain author's purpose. When you are ready to head to your corner, go ahead and make your move. Okay, you got this. I'll give you a second. Okay, so you think that one was easy. I saw you made a quick move. I love it. I love the confidence. Head back over. All right, so practice paid off. So you believe that this text is also to persuade. What were your key words or phrases from the text? Yep, they were talking about making improvements to the road and using motivation to leverage our belief. I totally agree. I love the phrases that you circled. Motivation, leverage, you're perfect. So write down next to your text, and I will do the same, that you got your notations, and then that this was a persuasive text, or the author's purpose was to persuade. Okay, so persuade. Okay, awesome. All right, so after our few texts that we worked through, I kind of did one for you. We did a couple together. You did the last one independently. Do you feel good? Yep, awesome. What questions are you going to ask next time you're seeking author's purpose? Yep, you got all 4. You're amazing. Perfect. Thank you so much. Student A, you can head back to your seat. You rock. You did a great job. I look forward to working with you soon. Thanks.